So I played the Banner Saga back in, let's see, when did my load game says? 2016, back was when I first played this game. And I finished the Banner Saga one. I remember it being a very enjoyable experience. The art is great, the music is great. It's kind of like if the Oregon Trail had Vikings, and also the combat system from, say, a tactical RPG, like, say, Fire Emblem or the like. I remember I played on normal, and it was a difficult experience for me on normal. Maybe I just didn't grasp the mechanics up front. Excuse me, up front. But I struggled through the game. I beat the game, but it was very difficult for me to do so. I bought the Banner Saga 2 several years ago. I played that about halfway through and never finished. And I have the Banner Saga 3 just chilling in the library, not untouched. So I thought, since I finished that card game, Beasts of Burden, with a meh feeling. We played a bit of Kenshi, which I am playing on the side again. I figure that's less of a stream game and more of a personal game. It's easier for me to play without people looking over my shoulder, for lack of a better word. And then I thought I'd go to the Banner Saga, which is I remember having very good memories of. So let's go ahead and get started. I don't remember what heraldry is. I think I just pick a banner here. Just a second, sorry, hold on. Let me grab let's just pick a banner real quick. I'm having to diffuse a situation in the household, 1 second. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I am back. Yeah, don't have cats. Don't get two cats that don't like each other. They've lived in this household for years and years and years now, and, they still don't like each other all that much. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pick a banner. I don't remember what I picked before, like 2016-y, so we'll just go ahead and pick something random. I don't know if you can hear my cat Cleo in the background, but she's very upset that Lynx wants on her perch right now. It doesn't help that I took Lynx to the vet yesterday, and now Cleo is convinced that she's going to. Kind of like that owl, not gonna lie. I don't recall what exactly the heraldry is for. Let's do animals. Let's see what else we have under animals. Creepy. Kind of looking for a cat here since I'm having so many cat issues right now. How about a crow? How about a centipede? Odd choice. Wolves. A flying spaghetti monster, I would assume. There we go. Confirm. We got it. Alright. So we're gonna go ahead and start a new game. Hopefully... Gamepad... difficulty is on normal. Okay, we're gonna keep it on normal for now. We'll keep that until I see otherwise. I'm gonna assume the tutorial is in place because I really don't remember how to play. So we're gonna go ahead and new game. The story in the Banner Saga changes based on the choices you make. You will occasionally switch between lead characters, witnessing the story unfold from different perspectives. I gotta narrate this? The gods are dead. In their wake, man and giant survived through a tenuous alliance, driving back destroyers called Dredge deep into the northern wastes. Now is an era of growth and trade. Life goes on. Only one thing has stopped. The sun.
Að sjá dreggjana á ferli neðanbor. It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val-human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital. Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds. We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
Like I said before, I remember this game being like Oregon Trail meets Vikings. With some tactical RPG involved.
Komið skjótt! Komið í höfnina miklu! Skist ég leyfa oss að syngja!
So something didn't go as planned there, I would assume.
Hverfið á braut! Engan eigi ég hlut að máli þessu!
You've arrived just in time. The chieftain in red and his men are now looking at a tougher fight than they bargained for. Drag around the screen to see your surroundings. Click the check mark to continue. What about controller? There we go. Right stick. These portraits, down below, show the order of initiative, taking turns from left to right. Your allies are blue, the enemy is red. It is your turn to act. Movement happens before action. This ring shows your shield banger is active. The blue tiles around him show where he can move. Some characters fill more tiles than others. The horned allies are a race of giants called Varl, who take up 4 tiles each, while humans fill a single tile. This can have a huge impact on your strategy. Click the tile you want to move to, then click the check mark to confirm. Move your shield banger here to get him into attack range. Oh, here we go. Left stick. To target an enemy, click the tile on which they stand. Ally tiles are blue, the enemies are red. Target this enemy now by clicking his tile. How do I click his tile? Button. Click his tile. Click his tile! Alright, maybe controller is not the way to go with this. Literally none of my buttons are doing anything. Guess we'll use mouse and keyboard. That's unfortunate. I was hoping to use my gamepad. Which is weird because there's games that have bad support. Oops. Controls? Oh no, cancel. That like map controls like on. Oh. Alright, well. Okay, you can choose to either attack the enemy's strength or break his armor. The numbers beneath each icon, 2 and 5, show the damage you'll do to that stat. So I would do 5 damage to strength or 2 damage to armor. Strength counts as both health and damage. A loss of 2 strength means you now do 2 less damage. If strength falls to 0, the character falls in battle. Okay, so strength is what you gotta deplete, not the armor. Armor blocks strength damage, but can be reduced by a break attack. By breaking armor, you open them up to take more damage in the future. This enemy has only 5 strength remaining. A strength attack will kill him. Click the fist now to attack his strength, then confirm your choice. Check. Check. Each time you make a kill, your renown grows, which is used later to improve your characters. After taking an action, your turn ends. Next up is the enemy. Turns always alternate, even if you are outnumbered. Despite being at full strength, the chieftain will do little damage against your shield banger's high armor. Now it's your warhawk's turn. He appears to be out of range of these enemies, but all characters can use willpower to boost their actions. Willpower is a limited resource, so use it wisely. By clicking on gold tiles, where's my willpower? By clicking on gold tiles, a character can move further than usual at the cost of 1 willpower per gold tile. Red pulsing tiles beneath your enemy shows how close you will have to get to be in range. Move your warhawk into attack range now. Oh, I see. It's down here. Willpower. Standard attacks only affect a single enemy, but your warhawk has a special ability that gives him a unique advantage. Click your warhawk's tile to access this ability. This is another situation where none of the buttons seem to work. So apparently clicking on tiles don't work, but everything else does. Clicking your character's tile will bring up all of his combat options, including move, ability, attack, and then turn. Click the purple ability icon now. The ability description appears in the tooltips below. The Warhawk's Tempest allows him to slam multiple enemies at once. Select an enemy, confirm your choice. Strike adjacent enemies in a spin attack. Okay. Yikes. That made quick work of the chieftain's bodyguards. When there's only 1 enemy left, players enter pillage mode. During pillage, each character moves in order, and there are no more guaranteed turns. Click the initiative to see how the order has changed. Your allies now get to move twice in a row. If your character does not move on his turn, he can rest or gain 1 willpower. The chieftain will rest his turn. Looks like the chieftain is in some trouble. Your shield banger won't be able to finish the job with a normal attack, but willpower can be used to boost your damage. Click the chieftain tile to attack. Click the fist, and then the stars above the fist to add willpower. The number of stars available each turn are determined by your exertion stat. You'll see the damage number go up as you have to add willpower. Click a star, and then the green check mark to kill this enemy. Alright, we did it, guys. Ooh, that's loud as F.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and var slaughter each other, even before the dreads arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more dreads to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. 12 families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade. Quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his last. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head. I'm in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal, I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
Only the sun has stopped. You're approached by a familiar man who walks in step with you as you're leaving the Great Hall. He cuts to the chase. Oh shit, I gotta read names? Here comes my bad pronunciation to the fore. Eirik, Steward of Strand. I manage the governor's business. Ubin, isn't it? Oh, we get choices here. We'll do it is. The governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. Seems a bit chaotic around here, Eirik. It's been worse. We've got lots of irons in the fire. What does he want exactly? Skullfings that you... Hold on. Skullfings that you didn't hack up in the Great Hall scattered after you took out their chieftain. The governor just wants to make sure they stay down. Was hoping you'd join me at the marketplace by the docks. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who can tell us. Use L or LB and RB to highlight the market tent, then press A to visit the merchant. Oh, down here? Let me handle this. You meander through rows of open-faced houses and corroded stalls. Colored canvases flap on a briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. Had, I'm not in the mood today. For what? Talking to an idiot? The Skullfings chieftain bled out Shoosh, guys, I can't read today. The Skullfings chieftain bled out about an hour ago, Had. So when you tell me what rattiness the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's gonna try to kill you this time. I don't talk to... or they don't talk to me. Let's say nothing. Eirik overturns his flimsy table, scattering Had's assortment of junk across the ground. Gods, Eirik, laying it on a bit heavy, don't you think? Where are the Skullfings? Nobleman up by the east wall. But that was months ago, last I know. Had skulks away with a wave of Eirik's hand, gathering things from his hovel, disappearing for a while until this blows over, you figure. Your bodyguard steps forward. Are we done here? Gunnulf, were you wearing green back at the Great Hall? No, just bought them while you were walking around. Why? Are we flirting with this guy, or are we being an ass to him? Let's flirt with a guy. They look good. Hey man, your greens, they look good. I'm glad you care. Gunnulf goes off to look at more stalls. Hey Matt, I am sort of winning. We'll say, I don't know, I just started. I'm winning at dialogue. How about that? How are you today? Eirik, that man of you seems unreliable at best. A blind dog wouldn't trust Had, but he used to be Skullfing. If they're licking their wounds, they've probably gone to old haunts, not new ones. Nobleman is a meat hall? Best I can tell, the name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put a few of these skulls in the ground. I'm going to find him. I'll meet you there. Where is this place again? Nobleman is halfway up the hill toward the Great Hall. You won't miss it. Just make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual tithe. I'll remind him. Oh, I'm doing things. So I was waiting for a prompt. I'm guessing we're going here, to this meat house, halfway up the hill. Can't miss it. You arrive in front of what must be Nobleman. Doing okay. It's been snowing and freezing in the Midwest, so that's been awesome. Yeah, it's kind of cold down here in Florida, too. It got down in the 60s and everybody lost their mind, like they do every year. You arrive in front of what must be Nobleman. A few minutes later, Eirik appears with a weather-beaten man introduced as Valgard. I'll point them out, Eirik says over his shoulder. Ready? Let's get it over with. That's the spirit, says Valgard. Okay, here we go. Valgard boots the front door open so hard it won't close again without repair. As you enter the hall, Eirik is already at the head of the table, his axe drawn. Wide-eyed, drunken skullthings scramble to find their own weapons, turning tables and mead steins in the process. Ah, the good old Viking days, when everybody was ready to fight everyone else on a moment's notice. I'm sure that's how it was historically accurate, right? Okay. So it's us three. And by us three, I mean one normal human and two giants versus a handful of humans. So this is our first fight that's not prompted. I recall this game being, I won't say punishing, but normal difficulty was quite difficult for me at the time. So, we'll play conservatively. Do I get to see what this is? Blocks damage to strength and armor for 1 round. Sure. Oh, we got 2 guys. I'm sorry, I missed Eirik here in the corner. Let's go here. Oh, also, there's friendly fire. That's unfortunate. Nothing matters. Okay, we want to kill this dude here in front of in front of our faces. That's the shield thing. Oh, that works out. Not very strong, for sure. Everybody seems to be focusing on the giants in the room, though, which I guess makes sense. I can only attack what's in front of me and not behind me. I guess that makes sense also. We'll go after this guy. close. Oh shit. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Is there like a... Oh damn, I wanted to hit the guy next to me, not move, but that's okay. We'll just turtle up here. I might switch to keyboard and mouse rather than using the gamepad, because the gamepad controls seem a bit finicky. Alright. We will give in. I know Angel would be unimpressed if you were here. At giving up my keyboard or my gamepad for keyboard and mouse. No, let's do this here. Do these guys have? Oh, that's right. Your strength is your HP. Okay, who is it? This guy here? Okay. Murder. Ooh, that hurt. Spicy dude. Leave him alone. Jeez. There we go. There's that intense fanfare. Look at that renown. Let's get my keyboard a bit closer to me. Okay. There they are. Gods be damned, I've got to go wash off this blood. Eirik is looking out the hall's windows onto the bay. A fleet of longships approach with sails of bold reds and blues. One banner I know well, Vognir, next for Valken's ship last we spoke. The other flag? Looks important. Yeah, important guests. See what I deal with all day long? Ah, things make a little more sense. You hoped I'd have a stake in everything. Oops, sorry. Ah, things make a little more sense. You'd hope I'd have a stake in saying everything's fine here when the royal guests arrived. So I guess we've been co-opted to make peace in the town without really realizing it. Not me, the governor. Now I have to make sure there are no rotting bodies or pools of entrails still in the Great Hall before they come by. Can I ask one more favor? Let's do, what is it? If you happen to stall our guests down at the docks, I wouldn't object. Maybe I will. Eirik and Valgard hustle from the mead house. To his credit, Eirik tosses the barkeep a spar of silver for the mess. You give an apologetic shrug and go to greet the new arrivals down at the docks. Oh look, the boats are coming in. That's a neat touch. So we have renown. Can we do anything with it yet? Great morale. 100 days of supplies. That just brings that up. Alright. I guess we're going down to the docks. Vognir. A familiar Varl steps onto the docks. In your mind, you recall a much younger version tramping the halls of Grofheim, abundant in purpose. God, Zubin, you're looking ancient. Comes with being old. And if there is Vognir there, must be Håkon. Must there? Oh, he's behind his arm. That's an unfortunate camera angle. Still bleeding tributes from the poor and stupid old yaks? At what age do you lose a sense of shame? Jorundur demands it. I'll take that over lingering to death in Grofheim. Speaking of, I had no sense that you were so far from home. Just returned from Arborong, in fact. And glad for it. Hakon motions to the other ships in the bay, sails still fluttering. Golden wolf head emblazoned on red, the king of men, or someone on his behalf. The king's whelp. The king's son Ludin. Don't you know, Scrivener? We visit his capital, he visits ours. It's how you make alliances these days. It's a miserable waste of time. I like this guy, he radiates old man energy. Yes, Hakon has it. I've almost forgotten. It's a good thing you're around, Hakon. Then you're going to Grofheim? I have the distinct feeling I finished my business in Strand and was headed there myself. We should caravan. We should. Give it a day. In better circumstances, I'd drink a week away, but... let's just be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates. What he's trying to say is the prince is a delight to behold. Where is Morger? Moger? Where, Moger? Moger. We'll go with Moger. Where is Moger? Hakon, have him find a place to put up the warriors. I'm heading up to meet the governor. A host of giants depart in his wake. You recognize a few, others are strangers to you. Guess I'm off to find Moger. See you in the morning, Scrivener. Oh hey, I can slide the... Whoop, boop. Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Sorry, I just realized I can slide the camera during the cutscenes. I'll be along. The young prince of men ambles from his ship. He brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Ludin looks for all the world the sort of boy who grew up pulling the legs from spiders. The long road back to Grofheim should be more interesting than most years, you think? Weariness suddenly settles in, and you chuckle to yourself about what an odd day it has been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. On the other hand, if you're going to join Vognir's caravan tomorrow, it might not hurt to share a drink with Hakon, or introduce yourself to the prince they spoke highly of. So there's options, or I can go to sleep. I mean, obviously we do the options, right? We'll go to Hakon first. Scrivener! You find Hakon in a mead house surrounded by other Varl. Strand is no stranger to Varl, but rarely sees this many. Hakon waves you over. Went straight for a flagon? Vognir's the one who agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's hall anyway. You already missed the massacre. Every year I make the rounds collecting taxes. Every year it's the human settlements that give me trouble. No surprise. What this time? When I got here, the Great Hall was already full of bodies. We added a few more. Ha! Humans. I guess if I only lived as long as a Yak's fart, I might be desperate to make something of myself too. Okay, I like this dialogue. I like it a lot. It's not too late to start trying, Hakon. Hakon lets us slip a low chuckle. Any Varl could recount his deeds, known as he is for cutting a swath through dredge at Vognir's side of the Second War, and regularly since then. Down here I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might have a point. Just another reason to get back to Grofheim. Soon enough, I imagine. You drink until the meat house becomes overbearing, then step back into the cool air outside. I imagine this is like building relationships and stuff, I think, right? Alright, let's go talk to the prince. Is this the right place? You find the prince at an inn. Guards blanket the building, including a sharp-eyed Varl who must be working for Ludin. A woman in red eventually waves you over and stands nearby, arms crossed. Greetings, Prince Ludin. Yes, you're with Vognir? I don't remember you. This guy's got strong, like, in sync from the 90s vibes with that whole beard and mustache combo. Not exactly. I've known Vognir a long time. I'll be joining you back to Grofheim with my guards. Ludin looks up for the first time. The woman doesn't react. Why? I work for the king, carrying ties to the capital. We crossed by chance. Oh, a tax collector. Fine company. What do you want? Just to introduce myself? I have a habit of recording history. I thought we might talk about your visit. That sounds pleasant. A Varl historian. Don't you know already? Your king and mine both have practically trumpeting... Sorry. Your king and mine both have been practically trumpeting it throughout the cities. I've been on the road a while, I'm afraid. Ludin takes a deep sigh. Whether tired or ungracious, you aren't certain. Maybe both. This guy seems pleasant. A formality, mostly. Vognir came to our capital in Arberong, and now we must go to the Varl's capital in Grofheim to cement the grand alliance for the next age of men and Varl. You sound unconvinced. There's no need for it, and it's damned cold up here. You get the sense he's struggling not to complain outright. You take the opportunity to excuse yourself. Yeah, he seems pleasant. Alright, great holidays. Oh, it took supplies. At dawn, you're woken by a delivery of goods. At least you think it's dawn. Damn hard to tell with a sun that never moves. The governor's crest adorns the supply leathers. All there, just as promised, to your mild surprise. You wonder if Eirik had anything to do with that. Your guards take the treasure wagon down to the gates. Vognir is already here. A while later, Ludin and his men appear, groggy and disheveled. Mulgur steps forward. Vognir's quartermaster, if you recall correctly, in charge of his unwieldy entourage of warriors. You know him only in passing. He asks if you're ready to depart. I suppose we're ready, because that's the only option we got. You follow Mulgur and join the others. Usually the smaller doors set into the gates would be enough to enter or leave the city, but the town guards have been told to push them open entirely. They mutter things under their breaths that are best not heard. Perhaps the governor expected you to draw a crowd, but there's nothing of the sort, just frustrated, tired people. It summarizes Strand well, as a whole, you think. Oh look, we're leaving. Or people are leaving. Wagons east, I guess. Oh, days pass, moral declines, supplies go down. Looks like we're going here. The caravan stops for the day. A gift, says Mulgur, cracking open mead casks, from a gracious friend, the governor of Strand. Hours pass with raucous laughter as the mead is passed throughout camp. Drink a little, drink a lot, or toast to Vognir. We're gonna toast to Vognir. You raise your drink, toasting the alliance between men and Varl. The others join in. Ludin's expression is like a stone wall, but the others laugh at your exaggerations. Eventually, you sit down beside Vognir. Let's chat. Thanks for the speech, slurs Vognir. I guess that's it. Oh, no, I guess not. Looks like you didn't have to miss out after all. Thanks to Mulgur. I thought the damned governor would never shut up. Did he give you the history of the entire family? He tried. Then he asked me to clean up his mess. For your benefit, turns out. I'd have given the job to you too. Gods, there's no joy in politics. And ain't that the truth, right? Speaking of, what happens after this business with Ludin? Hopefully the boy goes back to Arberong on his own, and I can take out some frustration on Dredge or something. Starting to sound like hacking. You don't like the life of a diplomat? Don't you miss the fight, Ubin? You down your meat instead of replying. Wagner slouches and shakes his head. There's no great joy in killing Dredge, but pretty sure this nonsense is some scheme between the two kings to force some kind of lineage. Used to be, warriors would follow you for what you'd done. Isn't that why they follow you now? Is it? Or is it because I'm the next in line? These lines are getting muddy, old Varl. They've always been muddy, Wagner. Wagner stares into the campfire, lost in thought. You leave him to it. You rise groggily, the campsite a casualty of merriment. Moger is already kicking warriors awake when you spot Ludin stalking your direction. He sidesteps sleeping bodies. Better wake up, you nudge Wagner. You're needed. There's a lot of dialogue in this game. Ah, it's Ludin. Always a pleasure. You look well rested. Wagner releases a caged yawn and receives a hard-eyed stare in return. How long to Grofheim? Ha! We're only 2 days out of Strand, you know. Come, I'll show you on a map. Ooh, do we get to see the map too? We do. This is the map of the world. You can explore it by panning with and zooming with. Alright, so we can pan and zoom. Holy shit, this is a large world. Does that say Blotzballs? Blotzbalker. Sorry, not Blotzballs. Can't pronounce half of these things. Oh, there's Arboram. Huh, interesting. It's a neat map. Check. Location of your caravan is indicated here by Ubin's icon. Right here. The world map is covered with many locations and holds much lore. You can explore the map at any time, selecting locations and pressing for more information. Alright, so let's... Wow, they have stuff for all this? Foulwind Hills, it is well known that the swamps of Swartbog have a noxious odor, but as a side effect, the Foulwind Hills manage to keep the winds blowing from Swartbog to the south, luckily for those living above the hills, and unfortunately for everybody else. Huh. Home of the Menders. Man, there's like literally, you can literally click every little thing. Look at this. That's kind of neat, guys. Not gonna lie. Alright, I'll let you guys ponder the map really quick while I go grab a drink. Really quick. Hey, Impasse! You love these games? Good. I played this back in like 2016. This is Banner Saga 1. I played and beat Banner Saga 1 back in 2016. I bought Banner Saga 2 when it came out and played it about halfway through and did not finish. And I bought Banner Saga 3 and never started. So the idea is that if I replay 1, I can go into 2 and 3 and finally finish those games off. So I did beat this game once before, but I remember almost nothing about it. I remember the ending, and I remember a specific event at some point later. And that's about it. I also remember it being a bit difficult for me to grasp, combat-wise. The tactical RPG aspect. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go grab a drink. You can ponder the map really quick while I'm gone. Just a second. Let's continue now. That map is massive, though. Props to the game developer. Like, every little thing has a little snippet about it. Every little thing. Fascinating. Anyway, go ahead. Let's go on. We head north, then east, past the forts. Grofheim's far from Strand. Going to be a long march. You should have drank last night, Luden. Why not take the ships to Skymerstead? What's the point of marching? The Silverstone Bay is called that for a reason. It stays covered in ice all year. It would tear up the longships. Too bad, though. We could have shown you all the wonders of Skymerstead. A half-sunken city crawling with dredge, Prince. Dredge and glaciers. You like glaciers? Luden exhales through the nose, a poor disguise for his contempt. He turns and bats aside the tent flaps as he goes, barking at his company in the distance. This guy seems a treasure. Don't poke the anthill, Wagner. He seems no happier to be here than you. Spend a few more days with the boy, old friend. You'll be looking for a tall cliff to hop off to. I dig this dialogue. This is the exact same energy I radiate. Luden's got a shorter wick than Hacken. Thanks, Wagner. Let's get moving. Another half day to Vetterfell if we're lucky. Camp is where you manage your caravan. During travel, you can enter camp at any time by tapping the camp button on the travel HUD. While at camp or in towns, you can upgrade your allies or equip items in the heroes' tents. You can pass time by using the rest tent. Resting will improve the caravan's morale. A high morale will reduce casualties in war and affect your willpower in combat. Each passing day will use supplies, so only rest when necessary. I also recall having a hard time managing the resources in this game, too. The training tent will allow you to safely try out any characters in a mock battle. Tap leave at the bottom of the campsite when you're ready to get back on the road. Select the hero's tent. I want to upgrade my guys. Use to select a unit and view stats, promote ranks, and learn about abilities. Okay. Use to select the ability button to learn about this unit's abilities. I like that little animation. That's kind of a neat touch. There's a lot of care in this game. A lot of little details that I like. No points available though. How do I... back? Ah. Oh, that's their level points. I see. Points available. 1 is their level, not their points. I don't think anybody has any... No. Is it based on kills? It must be based on kills. Hold on a sec, I wanna... I'm using mouse and keyboard. What happens if I just unplug the controller? Nothing, apparently. We still get this... Okay. Looks like we're good. I don't think I can... Break 1, Shield Master, Warhawk, what's this? Oh, kills 1. I see. So they level up when they get kills, I think. That's what I'm getting out of this. Alright. So because we've only had 1 mock battle, or 2 really, there's not much we can do at the moment. So we can train, but don't really need to. We can rest, but our morale is great. I think we could probably just move on at this point.
Vetterfell. Even the name means bad weather, where frozen wind sweeps in from the bay. They tend livestock, but most are just men driven from Strand with nowhere else to go. Why else would anyone stay? We won't stop long.
By Hatterborg, that's a lot of Varl for some missing cattle. What? A couple days back. Sent word to Strand about the cattle. Didn't expect an army. He looks pleased with himself, until it sinks in that you aren't here on his behalf. Where have your cattle gone? Wouldn't know. My boy has seen men up the hills carrying them away. Don't know many men who can hoist a whole pal by himself. Skulfings out here, maybe? Could they have Varl working for them? Not from what the governor told me. I'm going to take a look around and get camp set up. The peasant spits, his eyes anxiously darting about as the caravan sets up tents. We'll be here no more than a day. There's silver for any food you've got. For hundreds of Varl? Are you serious? Whatever you're willing to sell. You thinking of squatting? Not enough room for a couple hunters here. Forget hundreds of... Shut up. Hear that? Where's Luden? It's faint. Sounds like fighting and... something else. Hakon takes off at a run. Dun-dun. Shit. Clicking any tile will automatically make a path, but you can also set waypoints. Click once to make a waypoint, and then the next waypoint. Spearmen can attack diagonally and up to 2 tiles away. Click the top right banner to compare your stats with the enemies. What top right banner? For each enemy armor higher than your strength, there's a 10% chance the attack will be deflected. Notice the chance to hit shown above the attack button. Attack this enemy's strength. Deflected attacks do no damage. From here on out, you will fail catastrophically if you don't break armor. Damaging both strength and armor is equally important. Well, that's unfortunate. See, this is where I remember sucking at in the first time I played, is I don't do tactics all that well. I'm not gonna lie. Added strength and armor damage to target and adjacent enemies. We don't have any really adjacent enemies, so we'll just attack. This one does an AoE as I recall. I don't want to hit my dude. Ignoring me. Well, fuck you, sir. people die in this game? No, let's focus on this dude. This dude is the bigger trouble here. I don't think it was covered in the tutorial if people like die in this game. Whenever an enemy falls in battle, 1 willpower starts adding to your coin. So I wanted to, whatever. That was my bad. Injured. Okay. Not dead. Injured. Good to know. You trying to get yourself killed, Luden? What are you doing? I was trying to get a shot in between the plates. You never seen a dredge before, boy? What kind of idiot? Break their armor first. Where did they come from? We didn't even see them. They were just there. Håkon goes to where Vognir lies face down. The future Varl King lies motionless, aside from a spreading pool of blood. Wait. Was that the guy that... Wait. Was that the one that I just, like, was injured, I thought? Wait a second. I am unhappy with that outcome. Unfortunately, that's all the outcome I get. Hold on, we're gonna resume real quick. I'm gonna see if that was actually the dude. That might have been me? Maybe I suck at the game? But I am unhappy with that outcome if that's avoidable. Okay, we've already done this. Blah 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 blah. Okay. I always want the battles to go perfect, and of course they never do. Yeah. I also recall that, but I don't know. I feel like that could have gone better. We'll see. Maybe it couldn't have. Oh, right. Sorry. Yes, attack rolls equally. 2 killed. Or maybe it's this guy up here. Maybe it wasn't my guy here. Maybe the guy was already dead. Because this guy fell last time. I think it was this guy. Okay. I feel a little better. Maybe I didn't get the guy killed. Maybe he was already dead. We don't have any adjacent. We'll just attack. Nope, this was Gunnulf. So this guy was already dead. Okay. Whew. I thought, like, this was the king of the Varls, and we got him killed or whatever. That would have made me incredibly sad. This dude gets like ganged up on. It's kind of terrible. Should have gone for this guy here. Oh well. Okay. How are we doing, sir? Not all that great, honestly. Ugh. Man. See? I do recall not being all that great at this game. Alright. So this guy was already dead. We didn't do it. Didn't do it. Wasn't us. Injured in battle. Injured in battle. Okay. So we went through this dialogue. He didn't know what the fuck he was up to. And then Wagnir's dead. Okay. Cut with keen-edged sword. Alright. I just wanted to make sure that wasn't me. I didn't have the name straight yet. So we're apparently switching viewpoints here to somebody in the top right. She has some eyes going on here. Where did that thing come from? Shh, stay close. I think it saw us. The cupcake dog eyes, yeah. Deployment happens before battle. Select your units with blank. Oh, because I don't have the controller plugged in. And deploy them within the blue squares using blank and blank. Press blank to start the battle. Actually, no, she's... Okay. Does armor break damage? All allies within range attack the marked target. Oh, okay. That's nice. So what is this weapon? A bow? Archers. Okay. Oh, I wasn't close enough yet. Well, that was unfortunate. I should have gone max range. I was eyeballing it. Hits all units between the archer and the target doing bonus so she does like line attacks. Can't hit anything. Alright, can we back up and hit? I don't know if it matters because, like, oh, I have to apparently. Oh, it's only the next tone. Okay. Oh, that's fine. Why is the female archer always so fucking weak? We do. What is that thing you did? This one. Oh, I was hoping that she was within range, but I guess not. It does not specify what within range is. Alright. Oops, my vacuum's going real quick. Just a second. Okay, sorry about that. I was trying to minimize the noise on stream. Was that a dredge? Well, that looks calm, but you can tell her heart is about to beat right out of her chest. It was. Let me see, are you hurt? No, I'll be fine. When the dredge attacked your cart and the yaks bolted, it spilled most of your supplies. You can see more dark figures moving through the trees when you glance at that direction. All that food. That's the last we're gonna get before winter. What do we do? Don't run. Let me think. Oh, this is like, do you want more supplies or do you want to avoid a battle? If we hurry, we can gather them before more dredge appear. I can see them in the trees. Are you sure about this? No, we have to try. Be quick. Alette calms the yaks while you frantically toss supplies back into the cart. More dredge emerge, but you manage to get the cart moving again before they can close in. The colossal figures slowly recede in the distance. Supplies represent food and other goods used to keep everyone alive on the road. When supplies are gone, people will start to die of starvation. The more people are in the caravan, the faster supplies will diminish. You can see how many days of supplies you have left on the travel display at the top of the screen. Most towns have supplies to sell, as well as a few items. Okay. Yeah, 18 days of supplies. That's not bad. Pretty. I like this. I love the art here.
I never expected to see the dredge with my own eyes. What happened in the north? Already we see more between the trees as we approach our home, and Alette grips my hand tight. We must find Ivar.
Oh, there's the dredge, right? Here too. Ivar! The enormous varl in question towers over the men in the training field. He squints as you approach. Already back, Huntmaster? Thought you'd be tomorrow. He's got some massive horns. Dredge! Everywhere! Dredge? How did they get through? Sorry, how did they get through Greyhorn? Must have broken through the fort. The fighters nearby have stopped sparring. They gather around you. Damn it, they'll be here soon if they're not already. You hear screams. Guess they're here already. From the outskirts, people are running toward the Great Hall. Ivar turns to one of the older boys in this group of fighters. Egil, take Alette to the Great Hall. Tell the chieftain what's happening. The rest of you gather up as many people as you can. Come on, Alette. No, wait, I want to help. Go with Egil, Alette, or let them fight Ivar. Let them fight? I mean, extra hands are extra hands. Why not invite some goats to join us too? You're asking for dead kids. I won't let anything happen to her. They'll have to deal with it sooner or later, Ivar. What now? Egil, keep your shield up. We'll just hold them off until everyone's inside, then we figure out what to do next. More shouts draw your attention to some houses atop a nearby hill. Houses up the nearby hill. Can I see, like... I guess there's nothing to do at the moment. Sure enough, dredge are gathering in number. Fear threatens to bubble over into panic. How long do we need to keep this up, you ask? Ivar shakes his head unknowingly. That's a bad sign. Units move in the order you place them, from left to right. This initiative order is very important in setting up strategies. For example, put archers after melee units so that they can stay safe behind your heavy hitters. Okay, so, dude. Put your bracelet on. There we go. Okay. Oops, I just yanked my headphones out. Hold on. Okay. Right. The one with the shield looks like trouble. This guy back here. Let me handle him. Alright, we'll kind of like work our way over there, but also attack while we're on our way. That seems to make the most sense. Blocks 3 damage per hit. 1 round. Archer dude back up. And... oh, that's right, it's only within... just off that dude now. Okay. Now you get back here and start picking at this guy. Knock back up to 4 tiles for 1 break plus 1 per unit they pass through. There's no units behind him, so that doesn't really make sense right this second, I don't think. Oh, what the fuck? Yikes. Yikes. Uh-oh. Ouchies. Well, I should have gone here, because then I could have backed it. Oh well. Oh well. It's fine. It's whatever. Oh, it's not like, okay, that's fine. What's his... the outcome I wanted here. Ooh, hey, look what we got set up here. Right? Oh, whoops, the dude. Right, friendly fire. Well, you know. Duck next time, maybe. Oh, my bad. Forgot about that whole friendly fire thing. This guy. This way. Shit, I wanted to keep hitting the wrong button with her. Oh. What about gamble a 70% chance? I'm willing to gamble. Should not have gambled. Is there a 70% chance of deflection or of that getting through? That's what I'm not clear on. Maybe I just totally misread that percentage. Oh, you know, we're all getting murdered here. It's fine. Hopefully these two didn't die. Injured. Eigel injured, okay. But not dead. Combat can be unforgiving. You aren't joking. Don't hesitate to change the difficulty of battle if it leaves you frustrated or you find yourself needing a tougher challenge. You Use option menu to change difficulty. You can change difficulty any time. No effect on the story or the choices you make. That's okay. I'm comfortable at normal right now, I think. A black horde is forming at the tree line. Enough of this, says Ivor, glancing over his shoulder. We're going back. Then adds, Rook, I'm doing one more check of the houses around here. See if you can find anyone. Keep watch. As you turn to head back, a colossus appears around the side of a house. It silently looms over Alette, its face an expressionless, stony mask, more terrifying than any roar it might have produced. Time seems to slow as it pulls back its enormous mace. Enemy crab! Hello! Thank you for the resub. Hope you're doing well. This seems like one of those choices that I have to make. Shout at Alette? Good to hear, enemy crab. Good to hear. How's your new job? You said you had a new job, right? Pretty sure. Shout at Alette. Shoot with an arrow, run at X30. Oh, glad to hear, enemy crab. Glad to hear. This is likely to get me killed. An arrow doesn't do shit against, Dredge. We're gonna shout? Question mark? You scream Alette's name. She snaps to attention, confused, but does not dive out of harm's way as you had imagined in your head. Fuck you, lady. Well, we're gonna pause and continue here for a second. My boss invited me out to a pub last night with other coworkers. Karaoke till 2 a.m. Oh my god. That's a bit much for me. Alright, let's advance and hope she doesn't die. Suddenly, Eigel is between the Dredge and Alette, his shield above him. The black stone mace falls, Eigel's shield crumples, and so does the boy beneath it. A moment later, Ivor is there, his sword run through the neck of the Dredge. Alright, so we just lost Eigel, didn't we? He's gone, said Ivor, looking over the boy's shattered skull. Alette gasps, her hands to her mouth. I'm checking the other houses, Ivor remarks. See if you can find anyone, and then meet me at the Great Hall. How's this game going? It's going good. I just started about an hour ago, hour and a half now. I'm not too far in, despite me being on streaming for a while. I played this once and beat it back in 2016. But I don't recall anything of it. I've got the Banner Saga 1. Like I said, I beat Banner Saga 1. I have Banner Saga 2. I played through about half of it and then dropped it. Just because I lost interest or not. It wasn't a bad game. I don't remember why. But I kept needing to go back to it. And then I also have Banner Saga 3, which I have not touched. Oh, is this for Final Fantasy 11 streams? Yeah, I do it in the mornings. Saturday and Sundays. Tomorrow I won't be streaming at all because I have a library event I gotta go to. Alright, so we lost somebody. We'll go get this chat out of the way. You find anyone? A few. Sent them inside. Gods, this is bad. About Gil. It was my fault. He was a good fighter for his age. No family. I thought... I've forgotten what it's like facing Dredge. I'm out of practice, Rook. Look, as long as I've known you, you've always wormed your way out of talking about Dredge. This would be the time to start talking. I can tell you they rarely stop for rest. The sooner we leave, the better. They'll follow us until we're tripping over tired women and children. Then they'll attack. Even after we're wiped out, they'll keep coming, trampling corpses in their wake. There's no end to them. How did anyone survive the Great Wars? Ask the Menders. I wasn't there. But I know you fought your fair share. Yeah, I've killed enough slag for one lifetime. That's why you're going to save us now. Don't lay that on me. Come on, let's get inside. Beginning level ups. One or more of your units are injured. Injured units can still fight, but have a penalty to max strength equal to the number of days wounded. They heal as time passes when resting in camp. Okay. So 1 day injured. That's not terrible, right? It could be worse. Market. We have 17 supplies. Oof, that's expensive. Also, much higher level than we are. How much money do we have? Oh, 1 renown gets 3. We spend renown. We've got 19. Let's just make it an even 20. Brooke! Thank the gods you made it. The Great Hall is an utter din. Sorry. The Great Hall is an utter din, filled as it is with dozens of terrified families. Don't stop worrying yet. I haven't. What are the depths going on? Dredge milling around, ransacking houses? The chieftain's wife finds you, pushing through the crowd. They must know we're here. Why haven't they attacked? Don't know. I wouldn't expect it to last. I've made some decisions, but tell me straight. What would you do? Sorry, what? Tell me straight. What would you both do in my place? Sorry, opening my door a bit so the cats can get out. I'd have left by now. They're already outside the doors. I love the cutscenes. I've never seen any other game like this. Yeah, I love the art. The art is fantastic. Like, the art, it's just, it's great. This is another game with good music as well. It's very ambient. I like it a lot. The battle, it's like Oregon Trail with Vikings, but also the combat system of like a tactical RPG. Like a Fire Emblem or something similar. I trust Ivor on this. I mean, Ivor has fought the dredge. I would trust Ivor on this. The chieftain sighs a deep and heavy breath, slumping. He looks years older. I imagined us fighting back and saving the town, but nonsense. Ivor's right, of course. We can't just wait to be slaughtered. Where do we go? If dredge are coming down from the north... Frostviller, to the west. It's close and it has walls. I intend to be free of Skogr in one push. Nobody left behind. I wouldn't. If they follow us, we're done. What do you suggest? Let me create a distraction, then go. I'll catch up on the road to Frostviller. I don't want to leave him alone, because he might die. This actually all sounds like suicide. I think we should do like the chieftain says. I know we just got done saying Ivor knows best, let's follow what he says, but that's a terrible idea. There's decisions in this game that have consequences. I chose to set the town on fire. That is one thing I will not do. We will return here one day, whether I live to see it or not. Alright. Are we abandoning the storehouse? Probably. Do we want to create the distraction or go immediately? Let's go immediately. Half the town is going to die like this. That's why I want you to lead, Ivor. I know you can get us out of here. I'll do what I can. I have a bad... maybe I should have done the distraction. Guys. Then I'm coming with you. That catches you by surprise. The chieftain rubs his chin, but doesn't argue. From the trading she's given a let, you've no doubt she can handle a bow. Fine. I'll get the townspeople ready. When you're ready, we'll make our move. You step into the town courtyard where you can already see dredge in every direction. Go, utters Ivor, and you stand guard as townspeople begin filing out of the hall. The dredge do not descend upon you, though, so much curiously. Suddenly you hear a shriek from further up the caravan. A grunt has thrown himself upon a cart of chickens, tearing at it with bare hands. Men draw axes, and the dredge respond in kind. Run! Roars Ivor. Terror sweeps over the caravan like a pox. You suddenly find yourself surrounded by black figures and panicked townspeople in equal measure. Rook, get ready! Ivor shouts. Apparently this was a bad idea, but we did it anyway. We should probably have done the distraction plan, but whatever. And we're in battle. He's injured for a day, but we don't have anybody to swap in, so we'll just deal with it, I suppose. Bow, melee, bow. We just got like 3 bow people and a melee person. Alright. Target a tile and stun an enemy who steps into it with a rain of arrows. Okay. Alright. Oh, doesn't reach anybody, we'll just enter. Ouch, fucking hell. Right? Oh, I see. It blinks when you're in range. It's like back here she couldn't reach, but up here she can. Let's go here. Do that. This. You need to back the fuck up, for sure. Love the music? Me too, it's good. Alright, pick them off. These two are getting, like, murdered, though. Put a trap there, and of course he steps all the way around it. That's fine too. Because of course he does. Let's see if we can kind of beat him over there. off. We cannot. Because why else would we be able to? Okay, we're good so far. Alright. Nobody died this time or got injured. Promotion. In the chaos that follows, you notice out of the corner of your eye some of the town guards struggling desperately with Dredge, and what might be the chieftain amongst them. To your left, Ivor is laying into a large colossus. Behind him, an elderly man scrambles to his feet. Past that, it's clear that most of the townspeople are scattering. If nobody steps in, they can be picked off one by one. Keep everybody together. Got it, you shout, barking orders as you pass people. The guards will have to fend for themselves, or there won't be anyone left to protect them. Miraculously, you find yourselves clear of the fighting. Ivor emerges from the trees, bloodied but breathing. You swear you almost see a grin on his face. Oddleaf is not so lucky. She struggles to bear the body of the chieftain in her arms, her face blank. No guards join her. You gather her to the caravan and cover the body with a cloth. The chieftain's death hits you like a punch to the gut. Only at Ivor's insistence does the caravan continue on to Frostfeller. Alette's hand clasps tightly around your own. Well, that could have gone better, but you know. Morale has become poor. 7 days of supplies. Pausing to catch your breath, you glance backward to see the caravan stretched out past the point of safety. They're spaced out so far you're unable to see those bringing up the rear. We've got to pull them together, says Ivor. It'd be dangerous to stop until at least the Godstone. The path should be just ahead. We don't want to stop, like they said. We don't want to slow for the same reason. Let's rally the caravan with a speech. You make your way to the rear and hoist a small child onto your shoulders. Fight for every step. Remember those who didn't make it and push onwards. The clansmen see your effort and follow suit, pushing themselves harder. Alright, our morale went up a little bit. Morale goes up, morale goes down. Far enough for today, I think. After a day of misery, men and women drop their meager possessions beneath the godstone of... I'm not even going to try this one. Hridvaldir? What are we doing? We just left our homes because Sorry. What are we doing? We just left our homes because suddenly there were dredge. Probably shouldn't be looking to me for advice. Look at these people. Somebody has to hold them together. That's you, Rook. How am I supposed to do that? Lie? Tell them everything's going to be alright? God's Rook, I don't know. Pretend you know what you're doing. That's what the rest of us do. Wow. Yeah, that's fair. We all fake it till we make it, right? Thanks for the advice. Then do whatever you want. Let them fend for themselves if you can live with it. You humans are absurd, Rook. Furious when you're not in control, terrified when you are. Also true. That... fair. Pull it together. You're right. Think of how I feel. I'm stuck nursing a bunch of weaklings. You do care, I can tell. Feh. Men are a plague on the world, worse than any dredge as far as I can tell. Chats like this are why we get along so well, Ivor. You sleep poorly, the sun forever stuck to an eternally bright sky. Before the others rise, you find yourself staring over long, low hills covered in pine. The godstone looms overhead, the massive eyes of Fridvaldir looking the same direction as you. Let's inspect the stone. The weathered stone doesn't see many visitors. Not much reason to travel so far east. When hunters come through, they sometimes stop to give offerings out of habit more than anything else, now that the gods are dead. Fridvaldir was the god of hunters and of wild beasts, occasionally seen roaming the land as both man and wolf. He was always depicted in an effigy with this terrible spear. You wonder what he'd think about his woods being full of dredge now. A young girl from the caravan approaches you. "I made this for you," she said, handing you a crude necklace carved from a branch she must have found nearby. "Thank you for saving my mama," she says, before running back to her tent. Back at your tent, you rouse Alette, who clings to your arm until she's completely awake. Bad dreams. Eventually the camp is broken down, and it's time to move on to Frostfeller. It feels like an end more than a start. Alright, we got an item. Still only 5 days of supplies. That's kind of concerning. Can we, like, hunt? There we go. The caravan halts when a group of men appear on the trail, weapons at their feet. "We've seen the dredge in your wake," says one. "We don't wish to meet them alone. If you'll let us join you, we'll show you a watering hole with enough animals to fill those supply wagons." An inherent fear of strangers raises mutters from the caravan. What are you doing out here alone? "We were hunting out here for food when the dredge found our village," says the man. "When we returned..." He looks away, unable to finish. I guess join? We do need the food. "If you'll be no trouble, come along," you say. The men cautiously join your ranks and prove trustworthy good. The hidden watering hole is nearby, is teeming with animals, and soon your supplies are nicely restocked. Good. High five. Alright. We got some supplies. During a rest, one of the men get too drunk to During a rest, one of the men get too drunk and end up splashing mead in a warrior's face. A brawl erupts. Many thrown fists and a broken bone later, the instigator, Raffensvarder, is tossed on the ground at your feet, angry clansmen looking for satisfaction. His personal defense is little more than drilling mumbles. Tie him up until he dries out? Kinda? Like, he's drunk, and people are kind of in a bad way anyway. But we don't want to laugh it off because people... This is an issue for people, so... Let's do this. You grab a rope from the supplies and make short work of the sot. A few onlookers throw scraps at him, but most just walk away with a laugh, at least content that some measure has been taken. Yeah, I agree with that too. I wonder if these are like random events? Like you won't necessarily see them? Unsure. The caravan is visibly relieved to find a small village on the way to Frostfeller with beds and fresh supplies. The locals here are shocked by the news you bring and discuss it amongst themselves while you set up nearby. Okay. Heroes. Oh, we got an item. 15% dodge strengths. Let's give it to Rook, since it was given to Rook anyway. Oh, wait, he's gonna be level 2, I think. Oh, we can promote him. Alright. The greatest warriors on the battlefield are those who live past their first battles to start a journey down the path to legend. So I guess you get both of these? Continue. Promote for 5 renown. Yes, we want to make them stronger. This unit has points available to spend on improving stats. Oh, so you get 2 points to put into whatever you want. What is this? Well, strength, right? Strength and defense. Is a true duo. Alette has a promotion. Confirm. We'll give her defense and willpower. Okay. These other two do not. But in the meantime, well, that's fine. We'll just we'll hold this for Rook, I think. We need supplies. We'll just buy them out of supplies, I suppose. These are items we can buy, but I don't think we can afford them. Or can we? Oh, just 2 renown. How much renown do we have? 35. Yeah, definitely. So this is a level 1. A rare crystal that when struck creates a pleasing sound, often strong weapons and melodic effect. +2 willpower per kill. One arm. We're gonna do this. Okay. Now back. And then give it to... Give it to you. Yes. Confirm. Okay. I am satisfied with this. Heroes Market. The map will just show us the map, right? Yeah. So currently it's a split viewpoint. We are currently over here, but we also left a group of people on a different storyline over here somewhere. Kind of in here. So I think at some point they'll converge, if I recall correctly. Let's rest. Do we rest again? Oh, leave. Sorry. Missed that part. Leave. You're only just outside the village when 2 men in red approach. My name is Hogan, says one, gesturing to the other. My brother is Mogan. Many from the village wish to join you to Frostfeller. A third man, exuding rage, charged up to the group. Shut your mouth, Hogan, he screams. Oh, what? What's going on? These bastards don't speak for us. They've been trying to divide the village since you got here. True. You can keep whoever wants to stay and die. I mean, the rest of us will go with the reasonable people of Skoger. I'll have you both gutted before I let half the village desert. I mean, if they want to go, let them go. Behind the angry villager, a mob of armed thugs have appeared, all furrowed brows and nervous stares. You both know what will happen to the rest of us if fields are abandoned. Nobody leaves. I mean, also true. This is kind of what I'm leaning towards, but this sounds more reasonable. Dredge my ass. I don't know what the scam is this time, Hogan, but you got 2 choices. Get back to work, or I'm finally putting you in the ground. Mogan, what do you say? Thought it was unfair that he only asked me. Mogan draws his axe slowly, followed by Hogan. Despite their confidence, the brothers are significantly outnumbered. I think I make a poor farmer. Let's make this a fair fight, right? These guys don't sound like they're being reasonable. Since we saw the dredge and we know they exist, yeah, we're gonna go... We're gonna make this a fair fight. Ivor steps forward. The thugs hesitate. As you pull your axe, you notice that a lead is nowhere to be seen. Oh, can I add them? I can. Look at this. Doot, 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 doot. Doot. Besides, battle means experience points. Let's go this way. At least our melee, I was getting tired of having bows only. Not very strong, but you know. Oops. Oh. She has to get so close, man. Holy shit, motherfucker. Alright, you guys need a... Ouch! Like, ouch, motherfucker. Okay, now this dude needs a backup, I think. Alright. Yeah, he does. Alright, what is your special, dude? Oh, come on, really? You need to back the fuck up before you get fucked up. Jesus Christ. Sir. There we go. You need to go like all the way back, girl. There we go. Your renown grows. Rook got a promotion. Mogan got a promotion. Rook has been injured. Rook is always injured. The brothers thank you with wide grins. Soon many of the villagers have joined your caravan. You scan around anxiously for Alette, who has gone missing when the fighting began. Eventually you find her watching from afar. Hogan returns at that moment, introducing you to his son and wife, and you soon set out again. We got more clansmen, more fighters, more renown, more supplies. Alette marches quietly alongside the caravan, a little distance since leaving the village. When you stop for a rest, Oddleaf approaches you both. Alette, I have something for you. Oddleaf has gathered up the long banner from the caravan and smiles warmly as she passes it to Alette. What's this about? I was hoping you'd sew up the banner with everything that has happened since we left Skogar. Come find me another time, Rook, and we'll talk. Before you can comment, she departs. Dad, are you the chieftain now? Guess I'll have to find out later? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, then that means... You're both quiet for a moment, while Alette unfurls the banner. Oddleaf has been teaching me how to sew. She speaks pretty highly of you. Can we read the part about Mom? You nod. On the banner has been sewn the story of the families who have lived in Skogar throughout the years, just as is done on every banner in every town. I wish she was here, but I'm kind of glad she isn't. The section of banner about your family is short, but Alette has been sewing in colorful designs. Why do you say that? So she doesn't have to deal with all of this. Dredge, leaving home, and... Why did you have to kill those men? In the village? I mean, if it's okay to ask. They would have killed others. I'm more worried about why you disappeared. I had to make a hard choice. They would have killed others, I think is probably the best answer here. But how do you know which ones are bad? Because the Dredge are terrifying. Every time we have to fight them, I just want to run, but... I don't want to kill a person. Please. Are you mad at me? No, of course not. Why would I be mad at you for not wanting to kill somebody? I'm gonna say no, it's okay. I'm glad you don't want to. I'm glad you don't want to. Alette smiles at this, then her face sinks again. I guess I would do it if I really had to. But do we have to? I know what you mean. Yeah, I know. Dad, I think you're doing a good job. She hugs you. You spend the rest of your time together sewing new verses into the banner. For better or worse, the story of Skogar is your burden now. Okay, so let's go get this conversation with Oddleaf. How are you doing, Odd? I'm alright. Not at first. Sometimes when a loved one dies, people say it doesn't sink in for a while. It sunk in for me right away. People tell me I'm a strong woman. It's funny. My father named me Oddleaf before I was even born. He wanted a boy so badly. Strong woman. What does that even mean? I never cared for that expression. It means you're going to be okay. People look up to you. It means you're going to be okay. That's not being strong. That's just being. If I feel nothing about my husband dying, people think I'm strong. If I cry because my insides feel like they're on fire, I'm weak. Yeah, that's fair. Why does that feel so backwards? I'm sorry, Rook. It's been hard. You're not sure what to say. In the many years you've known the chieftain's wife, this is probably the most you've ever talked. You, asked me to come find you? Way to change the subject there, Rook. Emotions are confusing, huh? Yes, it's about the banner. I thought about it a long time. He asked me to give it to you, you know, if something happened. Why me? Why me? He always depended on you, Rook. It should be mine. I could carry it, but I thought about why he named you. I get it. They wouldn't follow a woman. Families would leave. Our banner would be divided. There's a lot of ums and hums in his response options. Like, I don't really know how to respond to any of these weird, confusing feelings. I would vouch for you. Come on, Rook. This isn't the time for pretend. It's not just about our small town. What happens the first time we need something from another clan? How will that go? And the first time someone thinks they can take advantage of us. I think this is what has to happen. Oh. I really like his options. Oh. Maybe this is what it means to be a strong woman. She looks sideways, eventually giving over a timid smile. I'm not sure if that's the dumbest thing I've heard, or the sweetest. Listen, I know I dragged this out. The truth is, my husband and I could never have a child. I don't want our banner to end here. It'll be safe with you and Alette. I know you're going to take care of her. She puts her hand on your shoulder as she heads back to the camp. Okay, well, that wasn't the worst outcome. Let's go to our heroes. Did we get a level up? Or no, we just got a level up. We haven't fought yet. He does, though. This. And what is this? Question marks. Oh, here we go. Ability. Armor blocks damage. Your strength minus their armor equals damage. Damage and health. Willpower is spent to move further, hit harder, and perform your ability, but does not replenish. Exertion is the amount of willpower you can use in any given action. Break is the amount of direct damage, whoopsies, you can naturally do to an enemy's armor. So... Wait, which one was the move faster? Oh, willpower. That's just the We're gonna put one in exertion for him, I guess. I mean, armor. Let's just do armor. He gets hit a lot. Not gonna lie. Anybody else hiding levels? Mogan is. I think we're good otherwise. Okay. Let's rest for a day. Wait, how many days of injury does he have? 1 day. So we're gonna rest for a day here. Okay. I'm gonna also go use the restroom really quick. I'll be right back, guys. You guys can ponder the camp while I'm gone. I'll be right back. I am back. Shall we progress? Not a bit of time yet. We'll go for another half hour or so. Maybe a little more. Alright, let's keep going. Leave. Lots of clansmen. At a small split in the trail, a few fighters stop to speak with you, each carrying a single pack. We recognize this place, one man says. Spent several years here with some kin. If they're still around, we have to warn them of what's coming. With luck, we'll find you again in less than a week. Wish the fighters well. See them off with extra supplies. I liked being seen as the benevolent leader here. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us, but we'll see. If that's all you're taking, you might never make it, you say. Grabbing a few items from a supply wagon, you strap the additional provisions to their backs. Search for family instead of food, you say with a smile. The men clasp wrists with you before departing. So that wasn't all that much. And we got some renown for it. Complaints of Raffensparder's excessive drinking have resurfaced. This time the man stumbled over some tent ropes, pulled the snagged canvas through a campfire, nearly setting a supply wagon aflame. Clansmen put out the fire on both the wagon and Ransparder's leg before leading him to you. We want to. This man drinks nothing but water from now on. Raffensparder groggily agrees, slurring his way through promises to quit being such a nuisance. Many of the onlookers snort or roll their eyes, but go back to their business. Somehow, you doubt it'll be long before Raffensparder manages to find another drink, whether you'll allow it or not. Well, drunks will be drunks, I guess. Dredge! Shouts a man from the back of the caravan. It's Raffensparder, the unabashed drunk, staggering toward you, looking not entirely sober. He screams again, pointing to the trees in the distance. Fear races through the caravan as fighters pull their weapons. Scouts return with no sightings, and furious men surround Raffensparder. Ready yourself against Dredge just in case. There'll be time for that later, you tell the men. For now, we take no chances. A full day of uneasy rest passes with no sign of Dredge. The caravan is annoyed by the scare and the delay. Eventually, Raffensparder bursts into laughter, and you're sure there never were any Dredge. Not long after, Raffensparder goes missing. Nobody searches for him or seems to mind. Jeez. Mob justice.
Once a strong, thriving city, the walls of Frostweather now just keep the howling winds at bay. With luck, they'll hold out against Dredge as well.
Just like, look at this. I love the art. It's just so pretty. So pleasant with the snow and everything. You jostle through fallow crowds of sunken faces who appear as though they've been freezing in front of Frostweather for days. The gates are closed. You come to a stop at the bottom of the hill. This is not looking good. Why are there so many people in the fields? We can't stay open. Oh, sorry. We can't stay outside in the open like this. Oddly finds you amongst the many guys, I can't talk today. Oddly finds you amongst the many refugees. Brooke, I just talked to some of the women here. Nobody is being led into the city. Why? It's overrun with Varl from Blotsbroker, Greyhorn, people from Bitra, all the nearby villages. The Dredge are everywhere. And the chieftain of Frostfeller has locked himself in his great hall. That's when they close the gates. When the Dredge come, these hills will turn red. We have to get in there. I want to know more about what's going on in there. I see a lot of people gathered around the rest houses and the gates. We could find out what they know. How would we get in anyway? They closed the gate. I can get that gate open. Let's see if there's another way before we start breaking down gates. truth. I don't want to cause a panic. I wasn't going to break it. Just push really hard. Okay, so we got market. We can go to the market. Let's get some food off the bat. We'll buy them out, I suppose. I like having extra supplies. Rest, market, heroes, gate. We'll go to the gate. You approach the gate where hundreds of people have gathered. In the trodden, bloody space in front of the doors, several pincushion bodies lie there, as though they simply belong there. Archers up on the walls make it clear that nobody will be getting in. Men and women below intermittently call for mercy and reason when they're not flinging stones and curses. Let's find out more from the crowd. You spend an hour talking to different people who all have the same story. A couple days ago, the chieftain shut himself in, closed the gates, and refused any more refugees. They've got huge stores of supplies in there too, adds one man. They're just hoarding them. We're from Skoger. Open the gates, you shout to the archers, not expecting much. You get as much response as you expected. You leave the crowds and head back down the hill. There are a lot of people gathered around the rest houses, said Oddleaf, pointing. Maybe we can find help there, or at least make ourselves useful. Rest houses. I'm guessing that's rest? You spend a whole day at the rest houses. Everyone gives you the same story. The chieftain just shut himself in his great hall and closed the gates. There are a lot of wounded people here, adds Alette. We could help them. Tend to the wounded? Alette and Oddleaf spend the day along with others in your caravan treating wounds, most of which came from the archers at the gates. I overheard from one woman that the city has been sending carts with food around, Oddleaf tells you. Could be a way in, Ivor replies. Next time they send a cart, we bring it back in. Oddleaf protests. Aside from leading to a fight, it would probably mean no more food for the refugees. We'll wait and confront them? Leave the food court alone. Alright. I guess we'll go back to the gate and try to push our way in, is what I'm getting out of this. I'm willing to try, grunts Ivor, despite sizing up doors that look like they could hold back an army. And when men start shooting arrows and pouring out to stop you, then you kill them, he says. You're not sure this is the most sound plan. No, we're not doing this. This is a terrible idea, you say. We don't even know how many are in there. Ivor folds his arms. He seems almost relieved that he didn't have to live up to his earlier boast. Well... Okay. Rest. Wait, where's the... Do I not get the food cart thing anymore? Markets? Nope, that just goes here. Heroes just goes to the hero screen. Yeah. Nothing down here. I guess we gotta go... After a long day of argument, you all finally agree to digging in with the other refugees if you have to. Are you sure there's no other option? Asked Ivor. Sooner or later, the dredge will come. Probably sooner. Let's, all we can do is be ready. You settle in. You're not sure for how long, but you know it's the best you can do for now. Little did they sleep. Oh, we're going back to the other group. Hacken, we're back. I was able to get about as many warriors from Strand as you wanted, and more weapons. Extra supplies, too. You perk up, just now realizing Morger has been talking to you. Since Wagner died, everyone has been looking to you to make the decisions. It's exhausting. Haken? Go on. I was saying the Varl we sent to Strand have returned. The governor gave us most of what we wanted. Good enough. Much resistance from the governor? Some. I don't think he was happy about us buying his fighters using his own money. He also insisted we take on a lackey of his to watch over his property. A man named Eirik. Eirik? I met him. He seemed competent enough. Regardless, the governor will have to get over it, unless he wants dredge crawling through his streets. We've put down every slag that has wandered through here while you were gone. Enough flapping of mouths, then. You're sure that wound has healed, Luden? I agree. Enough has already gone wrong. If something happens to the prince on a mission of peace, the alliance would rot. Or worse. Luden makes his own decisions? Luden makes his own decisions. We would only be made to do this again later, and I will not suffer it all a second time. Either take us through the wandering road, or do your job and slaughter some dredge. Luden turns abruptly with a scowl. He stamps back to his ring of tents and followers. Wandering road's not an option with this many. I could crush that boy's skull with one hand. If Luden won't be deterred, you'll have to deal with it. Don't let Luden get to you. Let's go. I'm sick of looking at this dump. What do I tell the warriors, Haken? Cautious, no more losses. Will do. Give the word and we'll set off. Oh, we got some talking points here. You knew him well, didn't you? Wagner? No, well, I don't know. I remember him. Always rushing around with some important business, but I never knew him. Never got a chance to talk much. Longer than I did, in any case. I suppose so. When he spoke, Varl listened. I knew that. I could use help there. The scrivener leans back, considering the sentiment. I've seen worse. They respect you for your ability to swing an axe. They need to respect you for your actions. But you're not talking to the right Varl. Moger's got some skill there. Most I can do is hold a quill. I heard you were a terror in your day. Do you know how old I am? Dare I ask? I'm competing, you know. Nobody knows how old Varl can get. Naturally. There's one by the name of Snorri. He's got a few years on me, just hunkers in Grofheim, collecting rhyme. Bastard might actually beat me. Another one named Krumer is close, I think. But the addled son of a bitch so welcomes a fight. He'll probably be offed before I am. Although... The scrivener gestures around him as if to remind you of the current situation. You chuckle. Anyway, point is, what difference does it make? I'm just a delivery baron for Jorundur now. Can't remember half of what I've done. Hence the journal? Hence? Don't get fancy on my behalf, Haken. Okay, I won't. Yeah, Haken doesn't really strike me as a hence type of guy. Let's ask what he's putting down in that journal. How do you mean? What do I write? I write what happens. They've got a banner and arborang for that, you know. You mean the long banner? Yes, the Menders wove up something that writes its own history. You want my opinion? I don't trust it. No? It tells a broad story. I think there's some value in the narrow. Whose story does it... Wait, hold on. Whose story does it write? Mine? Theirs? Ludin's? Gods forbid. You know, that makes a certain degree of sense. When you are writing a cultural history, you can only really do the broad strokes, and you don't really get the details of like every person or like individual stories. I think Ubin's got something there. A cultural story is a good idea, but you also need people like Ubin to write down the individuals. Ha, you relic. The gods have been dead a long time. Oh, have they? Old habits, I suppose. What do you suppose happened to the sun? Gods, how should I know? Never seen something like this before. Are you worried? Some of the Varl in the caravan think the world's coming to an end. Others think it's the best thing that could happen. No more black months. I'll take it. If it's the end, I'm ready. What about the rest of us? To the depths with you. Ha! I really do like these guys' sardonic outlooks and sense of humor. It's very pragmatic. Get some rest. I've hoofed more hills than a horse board with a grudge. Don't worry about me. And then this one here. I'd ask how you're dealing with Vognir's death, but I already know the answer. Do you? Steady, old Mogre, which is good. I know most of these Varl, but they're not under my command. They came to follow Vognir. Tell you the truth? I wouldn't want to be in your position either. Tell me about the caravan. Store together this many Varl, half of them want to hit each other, the rest want to be left alone. Anyone I should keep an eye on? There's a couple of clan leaders trying to show off for each other. Not a big deal, I've got it under control. The fighters we just got from Strand aren't bad, but they're unruly. Give it a few days. And there are a few moaning about fighting for you instead of Vognir. Those are the ones to worry about. What about Ludin's men? They don't want to hear anything from me, I know that. Any problems? Could be. Ludin's pet Varl is named Bersi. I'm not sure where he came from or what his deal is. Bastard knows how to fight, but there's something I don't like about him. His girl in red is scary too. Yrsa. Yrsa? Ursa? Maybe it's Ursa. She's probably the best fighter Ludin's got, to be honest. I've overheard some of the Varl call her the witch. Why? The flaming arrows, I think. It's a good trick, but the fire upsets our Varl more than the dredge. Still doesn't make much sense. Witch? They're not scholars, Hacken. I think they're mostly just afraid of her. That makes more sense. Don't let her find out. Haven't you ever wanted to be in command? More than I am? Any more rope and I'd hang myself. I doubt that. I forget, you weren't around back then. At one point I had more rope. I hung myself. Wow, suicide alert. Jeez. Watch it, dude. So no, I'm not interested in command. It's all yours. Thanks. That's a trigger warning right there. You think we're walking into a death trap? This many Varl? No, we should be alright. Things could get rough, though. I don't like being the one to send Varl to their deaths. I like worrying about myself, and that's the extent of it. Who would have expected Vognir to drop like that to a couple of slag? I'm still wondering what happened. He had hundreds of dead slag to his name. I don't get it. Just happens sometimes. No big moment. I'm sure it surprised him even more than us. Although I have to wonder... Nah, never mind. Anyway, I'll worry about the warriors. You worry about not doing something stupid. That's asking a lot. Let's ask about the Vognir thing. I'd rather not say, Hacken. Why not? It's the kind of thing that gets stuck in your head and you need a clear one. It's better if you let me worry about it. Sounds important, or if you say so. Do I want to pry or do I want to let it lie for now? Let's do sounds important. I mean, it could just be a feeling too. Let's do sounds important. How did Wagner die? He ran into Dredge. Wasn't expecting it. When we found him, he was lying face down, like he was struck from behind. Did he really get taken down by some random slag? Who else was there? You think Luden? He probably didn't, but... Damn it. We should keep an eye on that bastard. If you see anything else, tell me. I will. Alright, back to it. Let me know if you need anything else. I will. Alright. So we got the map. Let's go to heroes. See if anybody's in need of a level. Ouch, my ear itches. Wow, his strength is not that great. Okay. Whoop. Oh, that's fine. I think, right? What about down here? Nope, no levels here either. Okay. Leave? Leave. Look at that, says Moger. In the hills, more dredge. No more than a dozen, though. We could just as easily pass by as rush up there to slaughter them. Luden overhears. That's a dozen dredge heading towards Strand, he says. You ask him when he started to care about Strand. I don't, he replies. I thought you did. So either we fight them, we ignore them, or we send Moger out unsupervised. I think we should probably fight. Just for the levels and the experience and the renown, I think. Right? The caravan stops and waits while you lead a small detachment up the hillside to take care of the dredge quickly. You tell Luden to stay by the caravan. He folds his arms and mutters something about being treated like a child. I mean, he's the king's son. You don't just send the king's son into battle, right? Oh. Oh, they're already in. Never mind, they're already there. Okay. Oh, this music is good. I like this one. 9:14. We're gonna send this guy up this way. That's fine. What does this do? Gives 2 willpower to an ally at any range. Nah. Good lord, he's weak. Guess we'll ignore that guy in the corner for now. dude's getting wrecked. Face wrecked. Luckily they don't move very fast or very far. Dude, this guy's like weak as fuck. Oh, come on. Really? We did it. Got some promotions. Gunulf was injured, but he was weak anyway. You know. Got some renown. Hacken! You can hear Luden's hard-booted trot as you set up camp the first day and brace yourself. Can we speak as equals? We can try. It seems clear to me you plan to kill a lot of dredge along the way. Am I right? Only when necessary? I kind of wanted to save that town, so... If necessary, you're not fooling anyone. Don't assume only the Varl can fight. Do you understand me? That is my banner we fly to Grothheim, the banner of Arboron. I insist on joining the battle. Almost gutted in your first encounter and ready for more? Whatever you like, Prince. And, I expected more resistance. From Wagner, maybe. They tell me you were his Kender? That's why you're in charge now. Some sort of next of kin Varl thing? Don't you take on his responsibilities? In my own way. Then stop acting like I'm a thorn in your side. When you're nearly 200 years, it's hard to take a 20-year-old man. Is that right? Seriously. You better start. We'll both be kings someday. That's the last thing I need to think about right now. Luden looks at you as though you just punched yourself in the face. He heads back to his tent before saying whatever was on his mind. You've gotten some characters with high exertion. Don't overlook this important stat. Exertion lets you add more willpower to your actions. Want to add more than 1 star to your attack? Upgrading to 3 exertion lets you add 3 damage to every attack, or move 3 spaces further than usual if you've got the willpower for it. Each stat is equally important in combat. Choose wisely. I like how they say each stat is equally important, but then only give you like 2 points to distribute. So, you know, it's all important, but you still gotta make decisions anyway. Alright. You have a moment? As you approach Bercy, he lowers the book he was reading. He doesn't strike you as the book-reading type. Why not? Everybody can read books. Everybody should read books. I am offended. You're Bercy. And you're Hacken. We've gotten that out of the way, haven't we? I had some questions. Say what you want to say. What's a Varl working for Luden? What's a Varl doing working for another Varl? What difference does it make? It looks like you're in charge right now, so do me a favor and don't get Luden killed. He's important to you? No, but that's one way to put it. Where'd you learn to fight? Same way as you, by fighting. You know what I mean. I robbed well-protected merchants for at least one man's lifetime. Is that what you mean? Yeah. Not anymore? I've had lots of jobs. Can I trust you? What a loaded question. Depends what you mean. Whose back will you have if things go wrong? Assume I'm looking out for myself, and you'll figure it out. Does Luden understand that? Luden doesn't even understand that half his army is here just to protect him from the people he talks to. You laugh at the unexpected gouge. Bercy grins, pleased with himself. Alright, I won't keep you any longer. See you on the battlefield, old leader of Varl. You could join us. I'm where I want to be. Don't forget what I said about keeping Luden alive. Got it? As you step away, you can't help but wonder if there was a bit of a threat behind that gravelly request. And then her. What did I decide her name was pronounced as? Ursa? I think I decided on Ursa. Ursa, right? She watches you approach with her head tilted back and points a thumb towards Luden's tent. No, here for you. Oh? Can we talk? Ursa shakes her head no, a smile on her lips, eyelids low. Why not? I don't. In those two curiously contradictory words, you get two impressions. She has a beautiful obsidian voice, and this might be a complete waste of time. She watches you expectantly. You don't talk? No. You do, though. I don't. It's about the flaming arrows. She raises an eyebrow. Varl and fire don't get along. All you get is a shrug. If you're going to use them. She pulls an arrow. There's a flick of the wrist you don't quite catch. Suddenly a bird combusts in the tree behind you and falls to the ground smoldering. Half the camp has turned to watch. Don't tell me not to. Luden's bodyguard. No, he's mine. Before you have the chance to be confused, she cackles, abrupt and loud, then looks slightly embarrassed. You are his personal guard, though? Her expression changes to, of course. How did you end up with someone like Luden? Luck. Well, this has been fun. She crosses her arms, a hand on her chin, and cocks her head to one side. Until next time, Ursa. Hacken? You stop and look over your shoulder. I am a witch, so be careful. She puts her forefinger to her lips with a soft shh. You depart, not quite sure what to make of that. Alright, let's, heroes. Let's level up who we have. Look at all these level ups. These are good, I think. Confirm. Do we get to improve our ability? Rank 2. Okay, so His attack is falling behind. We'll do that. Gunnulf did not level. I wish he had because he's weak as fuck. Eirik did though. Defense sucks, but he's a dude, so. Okay. We're good otherwise? Yep. Good otherwise. Is anybody injured? I missed that part. Oh, I think, yeah, 3 days. That's a lot of injury. We do have 65 days of supplies though, so I think we can afford to rest, right? 1, 2, 3. Alright, we should be all rested up now. Yep, we are. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. This seems like a good stopping point. I'm really enjoying this game. I remember enjoying it the first time I played through as well. But like I said, I don't recall anything from the game play itself, other than like brief flashes of the end, and then also the fact that the end fight was very challenging for me. But I do look forward to continuing this game. Tomorrow I will not be streaming. I have a library event I need to attend. So you probably won't see this game until next week. Otherwise, I will be streaming Final Fantasy XI on Saturday mornings and Sunday mornings. We do lo-fi mining on the Wings server. So yeah, I will see you guys when I see you. If I see you Saturday, have a good rest of your day. If I see you next week, have a good week. I look forward to seeing the rest of you. Thank you for sticking around. And yeah, later guys!